Yesterday was Father's Day. You already know. Happy belated Father's Day to all my fathers out there. Fist pump. You know what I mean? Fist pump. I salute y'all. Salute me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yesterday I was watching this little joint right here. And yo, the reason why, because I started yesterday. Like once again, I should have put the camera on, but I was down here. I was looking for something. Like I wasn't planning on watching anything. I was probably looking for something. Seen this, clicked on it, and was watching it yesterday. Then I got on the grill. You know what I'm saying? I wanted some grill food, so I got on the grill. So now I'm back here. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? Since I'm about to finish, let me put the camera on. But as I was about to put the camera on today, I'm like, yo, why didn't I do this yesterday? Like, why didn't I put the camera on yesterday? So I was like, whatever. I'm here today. Fatherhood. You got DC, Kurt Franklin. You got, you know what I'm saying, Ellis. You know what I'm saying, Courtney. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga Lou. But yo, they was talking some real, yo. They was talking some real stuff at the beginning. I could always go back and catch up, you know what I mean? But I'm about to finish off here. I'm just letting y'all know right now. I already seen, you know what I'm saying? So, nah, they were talking some real stuff. Especially, you know what I'm saying, Courtney, how he juggling with multiple baby mothers and how he, dealing with his kids. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Lou. Lou's talking about, his baby mother and then his kid. And you got DC. Basically, DC was basically talking about. He said some shit about fear. That had me like, whoa. Go back. I think I even got it on my shorts. He said some shit about some fear. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't fear nothing because he don't want to give it light. Nah, I kind of felt that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and you already know Uncle Kurt's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Big dog. I knew it, but no, I'm being honest with you. I'm trying to say because I was watching it. I didn't know until the BET was that Kurt Franklin was adopted. He really don't know his like his real father. So that shit and how he became who he is today. Yo, Kurt, I salute you, bro. I salute you. But now I'm about to finish off this shit. Fatherhood, you know what I'm saying? That's when I am. I'm a father. You know what I mean?
And let me go ahead and just ask this, and this is really y'all fault. This is y'all fault because y'all have established.
Yo, they
this
just
type
giving
of
out
standard.
gems, bro. Just giving out gems from a different perspective. Just giving out gems. That's all.
If you here at your table, you don't.
I know.
I remember. Oh man.
You the OG.
Man, oh man, you don't know what you did. You don't know what you did for me, brother. When I told you that was part of that, like sometimes people when people in the streets, the Church of Georgia. Yes, sir. And my mama like some months before she passed, she was trying to find God, and man, the only music she would listen to is your music. You know what I'm saying? So I be listening to Down by the Riverside, man, to get me through a lot of things because you don't know what your music did. Wow. You was the first one that.
Nah, I do. I definitely remember hearing Stomp for the first time ever in my life. Shout out to my man Richie. Rich, if you ever see this video, bro, shout you out to you and the whole family, bro. You know what I'm saying? My partner Richie, bro. We still cool to that. If I saying, it's all love. We went to elementary school together, and I remember going to his house, and I remember his mom's was playing Stomp. Kurt Franklin was the first time I ever heard it. I didn't know what was going on. I just know that she was Stomp. I remember the elementary. I'm gonna say probably I was probably in like I'm gonna go. I don't even want to say fifth grade. It could have been fifth grade. We was fourth. I'm gonna go between fourth, like fourth grade. I remember Stomp the first time ever hearing
church
it.
couldn't.
You brought our generation
Yeah.
to church.
Yeah.
Seriously. Church. They only listen to him.
You brought it. You. I don't know if you knew what you was doing.
Yeah.
But
You got street niggas listening to your music.
Stomp came into church.
You are they
Our
preacher.
whole demographic.
It made church
We
cool.
was in there.
I ain't even gonna lie. I think I was talking to my lady the other day. Street dudes definitely be bumping Kurt.
Like
bumping Kurt, yes.
It's like, oh, we can
yes.
walk in there without
I'm
being.
talking about you.
I seen
about
it.
you on stage, man. I used one of your songs, and I want to know how much you're gonna charge me for the rights of it. Cause I want to ask you that when I came here. Okay?
I agree with him. Matter of fact, I'll let you answer your question, because I got a question for you, though.
Well, go ahead, because I'm just humbled by these statements. Go ahead.
I do have a question, because I don't have grown kids. And I've seen that you publicly have gone through stuff
Yes.
with your grown kids.
Yes.
And I just want to ask,
yeah.
and I know how.
I really don't know the whole ins and outs of the whole situation about Kurt Franklin and his son. I just know that something about he said something on live. I don't know if he swore. don't know. I just know they got some type of something going on. That's all I really know. I really don't really know. I probably can go back and do the research and get like the real details of what's really going on. But I know they're going through something. And like he said before, he's on the BET Awards. Like, nigga, I sin. No, I ain't perfect. Look, I ain't perfect. Yo, none of us is perfect. None of us.
But like, how did you deal with people having?
Because I'm always talking about, because I know niggas was looking at it like, what, Kurt Franklin? He's going through something? Like, nigga, he's going through shit that most fathers and sons go through. You know what I'm saying? So, I guarantee. I don't even know what it is, but I guarantee he's not the only one that's going through it with his child. I know he's going through something with his child, like his oldest son. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Hopefully they squashed it by now, because this was a minute ago.
How old is your son?
He just turned 37.
So
37.
You're 36.
You already 36 know.
Plus
pregnancy. Hey! Shout out to all my 37-year-old. You already know. Come on, baby.
Of life with this young man.
Yeah.
And people decided to have an opinion over what they heard for 30 seconds. Yeah. Can you please tell me how you dealt with that? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
And the ad on top, you a God-fearing man.
Yes.
See, hold on.
Yes.
You see what he did?
This is y'all fault because y'all have established this type of aesthetic at the table.
I'm so glad to be here at your table. You don't
I know.
Oh man.
OG.
Man,
Oh man.
you don't know what you did. You don't know what you did for me, brother. When I told you that was part of that, like, you know, sometimes people when people in the streets, the church will judge them.
Yes, sir.
And my mama, like some months before she passed, she was trying to find God, and man, the only music she would listen to is your music. You know what I'm saying? So I be listening to Down by the Riverside, man.
Wow.
To get me through a lot of things because you don't know what your music did.
Wow.
You was the first one that you brought people together in a way that the church couldn't.
You brought our generation
Yeah.
to church.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Church. They only listen to him.
You brought you. I don't know if you knew what you was doing.
Yeah.
But
You got street niggas listening to your music.
Stomp came into church.
You are they
Our
preacher.
whole demographic.
It made church
We
cool.
was in there. Yeah.
Like some people think church ain't.
It's like, oh, we can walk in there
I
without
talk
being.
about you. I talk
And
about
not
you
be
on
judged.
stage, man.
Be
I use one of your songs.
Cause these are good points too, I'm basing off my feelings. Like they talking about how he made like church cool. Facts for me. I can't speak for everybody else. I'm speaking for me. Facts.
How much you gonna charge me for the rights of it? 'Cause I want to ask you that when I came here. Okay?
I agree with him. Matter of fact, I'll let you answer your question because I got a question for you though.
Well, go ahead because I'm just humbled by these statements. Go ahead.
I do have a question because I don't have grown kids. And I've seen that you publicly have gone through stuff with your grown kids.
Yes.
And I just want to ask, and I know how I would deal with shit, but like, how did you deal with people having opinions about, how old is your son?
He just turned 37.
So you're 36, you have 36 plus pregnancy, 37 years of life with this young man.
Yeah.
And people decided to have an opinion over what they heard for 30 seconds. Yeah. Can you please tell me how you dealt with that? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Yeah, I gotta go back and find it.
And the ad on top, you a God-fearing man.
Yes.
People are putting you on a pedestal where they
You know
feel
how
like
it is.
you have no mistakes.
Yeah.
You can't say nothing like you're not human.
Right, you're not
So
human.
hold
You
on.
know
So
that,
Kurt
right?
must
You
have
know
said
that.
something. Damn, I gotta go.
How did you
back.
deal with that? Because, man,
You know, and the sad part is,
Let me guess. You're
Oh,
thinking about
no,
going
I'm
to
still
therapy.
not getting
And as a
premium.
therapist
No,
myself,
yeah, they
of
can be like,
course
yo,
I'm
get
gonna say that's a
premium. No, not
great
yet,
idea.
not yet.
I'm still dealing with it. That's the sad part. You know, that was just an opportunity for the public to see what, as a family, we've dealt with. And I love him. I love him. He's my firstborn. I mean, that's my firstborn son. And, you know, we've had many rough days. And he's got so much potential, bro.
can I tell you something? As much as I love my father, you know, me and my father didn't talk for a long time. I couldn't wait to get out of my father's house. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to ask you that question, but also, people don't know what it's like to live with their dad.
Yeah.
I lived with my father, and my father was not.
It's different.
It is. Like, it's hard as a man growing up,
My dad
and you.
left at 6, but I kept going back and forth, and there was a time where it was like, he's not there, but he got Alzheimer's. I don't know this. So I'm thinking he don't want to be with me, not knowing he got a brain disease.
Right.
Damn.
So I'm thinking I'm being neglected. Now I'm going to the streets. I'm thinking I'm following the same path of what we supposed to do because it's like, oh, this is what's supposed to happen when your father's not here. Oh, this is what's supposed to happen when you ain't got no daddy. But my daddy was still there. He was being present whenever his brain allowed him to be.
Alzheimer's. Wow. So imagine this.
DC, I think I kind of knew that a little bit, but that's real shit. And look how he turned out. You know what I mean? Look how he turned out. Yeah, he had to go through some shit. Yo, shout out DC, man. Shout that man out, man. No bullshit, nigga. Because I know it's probably other people whose fathers in that same type of condition, you know what I'm saying? They can relate. It's just crazy. Crazy, man.
Living in the house with you, you think your father don't love you.
That's crazy.
Because your father's trying to hold you accountable.
I grew up with my father. Facts. Mother and father. Both parents in the house. All the way up until they passed away. Both of my parents passed away. I lived with both of my parents. Yep. Grew up with both of them. Facts.
Man, your father's trying to tell you the things that you're not doing wrong, and you 18, 19 years old, and you just thinking like, man, you just don't like me. I went through that with my pops. There was years in that house, I lived in the basement by myself. I ain't talked to my brother or my father. Because every time me and my brother met eye to eye, it was a fist fight. And then my pops like, y'all not gonna be fighting in my house. So, for lack of a better word, I was like, fuck all y'all. Yeah. Like and not for nothing. And the reason why I asked that question is because I got 4 sons. I know there's gonna come a point where we're not gonna see eye to eye.
Let me tell you this. I think that the biggest challenge is what he said and what you said. I think that being at church takes away your humanity. So you don't get the opportunity to just be human. You don't have the opportunity to make a mistake, because think about it, most dads make mistakes.
All the time.
They just don't have to make mistakes in front of everyone.
Exactly.
And it was
every day. Every day, and I'm still learning. Every day, and I'm still learning as we speak.
mistake I made. You know, I mean, how I communicated to him was wrong. You know, I can't justify that. It broke my heart that he did what he did, but it does not still take away from the fact that how I communicated to my son was wrong. And I think that I think that as fathers, there's some things that we have to learn that we will have to live with lips. We're not going to be fixed from everything. Everything ain't going to be well. Everything ain't going to be whole. There's some relationships that you got to walk, and it's going to be lips, and you know what you got to do? You got to win wounded.
You gotta win wounded?
You gotta win wounded. You gotta drag your ass across the finish line, blood dripping, leg broke, and you gotta win wounded. But here's the beautiful thing,
wounded. That's deep right there. You gotta win wounded.
Thing is that when you do your best, God has this dope way of taking them seeds that you plant, and we may not live to see them. We may be gone. But someday, some way, God gonna water them seeds. And the little things that you try to do right, they gonna flourish. Cause see, we sometimes...
Yo, that's crazy. I'm thinking about my pops. Like I said, I grew up with my pops. And the same, like I lived with them. But if you really ask me, like, yo, I grew up with my father. My father was there, meaning I lived with him. But was he a father? Or let me put it like this: he wasn't the father maybe I wanted him to be. I lived with him every day, bro. I live with my father. Like, come on. But he wasn't the father I wanted him to be. But he was there.
Glory. But instead of always wanting the glory as a parent, let's make sure that we just do enough so that they live the life. If they live the life,
I think that's probably why I started. Because he taught me some shit. I learned some stuff. But the fact that he passed away, he would never see the things that he taught me. That you get what I mean? 'Cause that's crazy. That's crazy. And when he was alive, he probably didn't see it. Now that, you know what I'm saying? Now that he passed away, it's like, for example, like me, cause he's seen when I got, cause he's into cars, you know what I'm saying? So for him to see me have my first car, and check it, I got my car late, as in like, no 16. You know you can get your car 16? No, 25 25. No cap. I got my first car and my license at 25. You follow me? Took me, look. Took me a minute. Look. I failed the permit test. Look, 3 times. Permit. You gotta take the permit test, take the driving test. Failed that shit 3 times. Devastated. And I took it in high school, so I was a senior. You follow me? So when I took it as a senior, failed 3 times. I'm with the gang. I'm with the bros. We coolin'. Look, failed it 3 times in 1 day. On my way home, you know the gang. It was nothing but jokes. Till today, they can still get on me. Pause. You know what I mean? But before he passed away, he did see me get my first car. And my first car, it wasn't the best, but it was a car. You following me? It was a car. It wasn't a car that I wanted. And it would be like not fast. It would be like, I don't even, what's the word I'm trying to say? I would love for him to see today the car I got. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that I'm driving in a car, like, you know what I'm saying? That I got, that I want, you know, that I like, you know what I'm saying? A crib, a house. Obviously, he's looking down on me right now. He can see when I'm driving. He can see, look, your boy got a crib. I got a house. I own a house. When he was alive, listen, man, that shit, y'all, that shit hit deep right there,
deep,
bro. No bullshit.
It got me a little emotional because after speaking to my dad, like I'm trying to walk with my sons. Bro. But it'd be hard though, bro.
My mom,
I'm tell you why. It goes back to a question you asked earlier. You was like, how do you feel sometimes as a man? Do you feel like you get just due? No. I'm gonna be honest. I be in my house all day. I cook, I clean, I do schoolwork, I take him to track practice. I do everything. Like when it comes to that fatherhood shit, I do everything. And you know what's the first thing people say? You know, how could she need a break? She got all them boys. And you know, my wife does her fair share. There is no she does more, I do more. We both do. But when you asked about how we feel as fathers, I honestly don't feel like fathers get enough just due. Because I'm just as guilty, yo.
Yo, I agree with him. I don't care. Yo, listen. My lady, oh my, look. Listen, my lady's MVP mother of the century. I am like blessed that my queen, my child's mother, queen, you know what I mean? She's a queen. I'm blessed. I'm blessed for her to even be the queen of my child. You know what I mean? I'm blessed because she does an amazing job. Let me put that out there. I'm sorry, no disrespect to all your other, mothers and queens out there. But y'all ain't got nothing on my ass, alright? But yeah, we don't get enough credit though. Yo, fathers. We don't get enough credit. I'm talking about fathers. What he just said, fathers. I'm talking like, fathers. Real definition. Fathers. We don't get enough credit. Shout out to the woman. I'm not saying we ain't taking nothing away. Look, queens, the mothers of the kids. Y'all hold it down. Like I said, Mom, she hold it down. I'm not taking nothing away from her, but we don't get enough.
I got an opportunity. I thank my mom for everything. And I thank my mom and everything in part because my father was the one holding me accountable. So during the time, it was, and I'm just being honest, it was almost like I'm not even going to thank him. And I didn't realize how that could be coming across to him.
I feel that way often. It's because my wife is such an amazing mother. Yeah. Sometimes it's like when you be busting your butt, hopping these planes, and you know what I'm saying, you tired, but you gotta go make that check. You gotta, like all my kids graduated college with no bills. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm gonna take care of everything, but a lot of times it does feel like, like yours is, oh, thank you, but mama.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about
I'm
that?
dealing with that right now with my daughter. Like, I'm on the road. First of all, I live in Atlanta, right? My daughter lives in New York. I'm in New York probably twice a month, outside of work. You see what I'm saying? I gotta travel I just was in Green Bay for the draft. As soon as the draft ended, I tell them, fly me to New York, I got to pull up on my baby, right? When I go there, I make home in that city in New York. Hotel room, we do all the things. I'm taking her to school, whatever. I'm busting my ass to get through these planes to you to make sure that you know daddy's present. And some days, sometimes, I'm not getting that credit. You know what I'm saying? It's still not enough. Well, even from, me and her mother, we on good terms, but sometimes it's like, oh, but, yeah, that was cool, Lou, but can you send this? I'm gonna do that, because as a man, I'm gonna make sure everything's good.
Come on.
But sometimes, it don't hurt to just be like,
Well, let me ask
doing good.
Who you want credit from?
My daughter.
That's who I want credit from.
I don't care.
That's
I don't
the
care
thing
about
that
anybody
bothers
else.
me, man.
Yeah. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes
You know what I'm saying?
I'm related to this shit heavy. My son, yes, nigga. I don't know, maybe it was a joke. Cause I'm trying to put it like, my shorty can cook, right? She can cook. She can cook. But we have something like a routine in the house, right? So we've been doing this routine for I don't know, for a minute, right? And the routine changed to, I'm cooking now, right? I'm cooking now. Like I said, she can cook, but now if you want a time frame, we can go. Let's go 6 months. 6 months. Fuck, let's go a whole year. Let's go the whole year. Let's go the whole year. I'm cooking. I'm cooking for him. You know what I mean? I'm cooking for him. We'll go out and I think they'll ask him, "Hey, DJ, who be cooking? Who be cooking more?" This dude would have the audacity. Like I said, it's been a year. Who be cooking for you more? I'm not even trying to. It's not like who should. It's not competition. I'm just trying to. This dude would really say, his mom's. It is like, yo, from the last whole year, brother man. Daddy been in the kitchen with the pan flipping the chicken, the steak, the salmon, the shrimp. And you're telling me, lately, Mom Duke's been... Yo, it's great. Yo, I get it, bro. I get it.
I got good kids. Now,
I get it. But I get it. That nigga said, nah,
interesting that we're all talking about. Sometimes I feel like that they kind of detour around us.
Yeah, because you're supposed to as a man.
I mean,
as a father, you're supposed to.
Want that credit
done it
from... You don't want you don't care about, you know what I mean, your mate. You want the credit from the kids. I get it. I'm telling you, I get it. I can relate 100%.
My mom, my dad stayed in the hood too. But my mom stayed in Adderville, my dad stayed in Bankhead. I always thought my daddy was a little bit better because maybe my daddy was a little bit more financial, stable than my mother. But if I ever got mad over here, I'm gonna go to my dad's house. But I know I ain't gonna be over that long because I can only last over here for 2-3 days.
It's gonna
I'm only coming over here to get this satisfaction.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, it's better living.
Absolutely.
I'm going back over here where I can do what I want.
Wow.
Because even though it's better living over here, it's like I'm in here by myself. And it's not saying that he's not watching me. This is just the way that he handled his business. I sat right there and watched him. Now that I'm grown, I'm like, my daddy had a life. He had a purpose. I was just so happen to be his child.
Wow.
That's deep too, though, because people don't realize that.
Wow.
As a father, I do have a whole.
You got a whole.
Hold on.
I was just so happy to be his child.
Let me tell you something. That's
That's deep.
That's good.
That is good.
You know, as a matter of fact, let me ask you this then. With that, let's talk about the other woman in our lives.
As far as...
Here it comes. Yeah. Hold on, Lou. Hold on to yourself, Lou. Here it comes.
You got me nervous.
You ready, Lou? Because all 5 of us, all 5, married or single, we still got this issue with this other woman. She got a heart, She got our attention.
Yeah.
She got our focus.
I know where you're going.
And she can be a nemesis to them kids, to that other woman. I mean, and it's like, and we love her. By God, we love her, my boy.
Yeah.
How do we deal with that love of career? Our calling, our gift, that thing that keep us up at night, that thing that pulls us away from them at times.
It's a purpose.
It's balance, right?
It's once
you gotta find the balance.
Understand your purpose, then you have to understand peace within self.
But what about the fact that the kids don't always understand?
No, it comes again to like what I just said. I was already born. My life was written already. Your life is written. I don't know what's in store for you, a part of this lineage, but the God I serve, I know you're gonna be taken care of. So we have to be more attentive when it comes to fathers. So if we think something is missing, we step in. It's a lot of things we may want, we're not required to get.
From
anybody. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's like...
Is she texting someone behind your back?
I'm telling you, this episode right here is fire,
can
bro.
also help you discover.
Fire. I'm glad it came out.
And we have to be appreciative
when
we do
of whatever we get.
For whatever we get. You see what I'm saying? So whatever that we're missing.
So you're saying that there's a real scarcity when it comes to being a daddy.
When it comes to being a father, man of the household, it comes with all of that.
Yeah,
I agree. Now,
it just comes with it.
When you saying that woman, that career,
He's saying like he gave it a name. But
but I call it I call it the other one.
We can talk about that.
Because I say that,
and you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand exactly what you mean.
Because I look at her, the career, she my main. She is because.
But when you marry, it could be problematic.
Never be my man.
But one thing you got to do is you got to understand what the purpose is. See, God gonna allow you to have time to figure out your purpose. And once you figure out your purpose, now you got to fit your purpose into your schedule, but make it your main goal.
I think.
But don't make it your main like
DC
it's
talking.
over your family.
DC talking right now. He talking.
And sometimes we might have to not go do our purpose because our family needs
But see, I'm gonna say this. It was a dude in the streets. I ain't gonna say his name. I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name, but I was hustling. You know, I was coming up like 18, 19. He was like 26. He's a big dog. You know what I'm saying? He told me that shit.
What was your hustle back then?
Well, I put it in the book. I was selling a white girl. You know what I'm saying? You know, selling cocaine. You know what I'm saying? So he always told me, and this worked in the streets, and I applied it here. He say, whatever move you make in the streets, I always think about your kid first when you want to bust a lick. He said, and you'll move different.
Thanks.
And he told me that, and I feel like that kept me out of prison because that's what I never smoke a drink. I want the police pull up my car. I'm gonna wear this. And I think when the career, when I do my career and I leave the house, I'm like, I better go be since I got to do this, I better go be the baddest joke on the land. I'm not playing with this because if I do this right, it allowed me to be home. Like when I was doing skits on.
I get it. Hey yo, I get it. I'm telling you, I get it. Like I said, balance too though, you know what I'm saying? But I get it. Niggas say, yo, if I go out there, I bet this better be the best, you know what I'm saying, joke ever. You know what I'm saying? They definitely, you gotta think about your kid before any type of move, man. Any type of, especially some like serious shit. Hey, yo, my son come first, man. Father's Day, yo. Happy belated Father's Day. Out.